Mama, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys dropped the mask up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on Rap a Lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. Listen. I went and got my digits up. Listen. Your favorite, bruh. Listen. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's real Rap a Lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, no, be not. The line to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a but didn't take a sin. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss, Elijah Moore. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Running left, Coleman. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
the play fake. Here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. To throw is Wilson. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So first possession, 4th and short. Field goal's no gimme from here. What do you think about going for it?
I'm not just thinking about it. I'm signaling go for it. Let's get this, all right? Yeah, look, you're right. You know, the field goal's there, but it's not a chip shot. My big thing is opening drive. You're trying to establish momentum. Let's not stall it ourselves. Let's go get this first down and then continue on downfield trying to get a touchdown.
I like your confidence.
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they hand off to Coleman. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game, as it brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and taken. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
This is Smith with the ground. Touchdown! Jeff Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jeff Smith with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
2nd and 7.
Crunch time, defense.
On play action, Wentz. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. 17-0 our score after 1. Second and 9.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing now is Wentz. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 21 yards.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
Switch.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Wilson now off the bootleg. And his throw here is incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think that teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. Remember, they've had their open week already, so this could be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their
pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Kwity Paye in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now a play fake. Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Coleman now. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Jets on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned.
Gets through, and now an opening. And some room to run now. And down to the 15.
Let's go.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike's 54.
Play action. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left.
He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wilson. Airing it out deep for Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They begin the drive with Hines. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watch the shit! Switch.
This is Hines. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On play action, it's Wentz. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
26 Mike.
Now Wentz. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Here's Moore on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Kwity Paye able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
They go play action now. Wilson. Looking here for Smith downfield.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin.
And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
From midfield, here's Wentz.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw, it's Wentz.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now Wentz on 3rd down.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
The return man, Ty Johnson. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. This is Smith with a grab. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jeff Smith, 75 yards. And the Jets have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. For Zach Wilson, you have to figure if you're going to be drafted number 2 overall, you better have a big arm, and he does not disappoint there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, Here in the stadium, you can just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And the worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Wentz. Flush to his right. This is caught by Hilton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st down, it's Hines. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Hines. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now it's Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50. 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because There is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And Wentz will not be able to get rid of him. He's taken down for a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the fourth quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy, with time starting to become a factor.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His huge night, it just continues as he's now north of 200 yards receiving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Ashton Davis there on the coverage.
2nd and 10. Here's Hines. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Wentz. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. The 20, 10, 5. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Kenny Moore, and he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they're likely to force a field goal attempt.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
They'll run here with Taylor. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Blankenship's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too... And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Julian Blackmon in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Here's Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
One last shot for Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happened.